I'm Mama Brownie.
I'm Baby Brownie.
I'm Daddy Brownie.
And this is Brownie.
Unfiltered.
Hi. All right.
Sorry, I fucked that up. Gosh, I wish this could be in your mouth hole. Do you want to hold it?
How about like...
Want to hold it instead, or?
We'll just move in. When do I ever want to hold the mic?
When we're talking about God.
On Holy Friday.
I'm Mama Brownie.
I'm Baby Brownie.
I'm Daddy Brownie.
And this is...
Unfiltered.
And...
Undiagnosed.
You have to put the volume up.
Which one?
Yes. Crickets. Thank you.
Is that how you're pronouncing it? Undiagnosed or undiagnosed?
Undiagnosed.
Undiagnosed.
Well, I say undiagnosed. Undiagnosed.
What do you say?
I say unfiltrost.
Alles klar. Alles klar.
Yeah. So I guess sometimes we ask each other how we're doing.
Only sometimes. How you doing? Well. What?
What?
Nothing. I just made an inappropriate
Free
joke.
Wendy. Oh, free Wendy.
Did you say free Ricky? Yes, free me. I'm in an abusive
From the sickness of the
household.
stomach. Anybody gonna answer the question? Anybody?
Tash,
Anybody
how are
walking?
you?
I'm alright. How are you? Both. Since y'all don't want to answer your own damn questions.
I think I'm a little bit hungover, but I'm ready to be hungover again.
Damn.
Work. You?
I'm doing great. Yeah. I was hungry, but then we ate, so
And then you?
went to the toilet. Oh, yes.
Magic.
So the topic for today,
Is...
Tash.
I'm the topic?
I don't know.
Do you want to
We
be the
didn't really
topic?
have a topic yet, so we just try to put you on the spot.
Well, I'll move the spot right back at you. What's the topic of the day?
Doo-doo-doo-doom.
Economy.
Well, one of my favorite topics that we were talking about, one
Oh
of
my
all-time
God.
favorite, was the CORN with the P. Let me translate that for Ricky. Porn.
I got it. I got
Your face didn't get that notice though.
No, because I was like, oh, we're talking about that.
No, that was just a suggestion because I love
Oh.
it so much.
I
know,
mean,
Mama.
I'll talk about it privately, sure.
Same.
Freely.
Oh my God, that's a perfect thing. Public eye, being in the public eye. Since we're three celebs.
Well.
No, better said, like, since we're three people that perform or on stage, like how much?
No, I like the celeb status.
Okay.
How much of,
The D
of course
list.
you do.
Honey, we gotta make the coin. We gotta believe it.
Make it till you make it.
So you become it.
Well,
So-
yeah. How much of your private life do
Yeah.
you allow out there? Especially, actually, let me ask y'all this. My phone. How much of your private life are you prepared to let out on this podcast? Seeing as you've both
Well,
been having the podcast for how long now?
everything of my private life is out there.
How long have we been having the podcast? This
Whether-
is episode 12, so that means
Yeah.
12 weeks. That means 12 divided by 4 is
Girl, not
3
now.
months. 3 months. It's been like 3
3 months. Everything is out, whether I want it or not, because either I disclosure or this bitch does. So
Yeah, I think everybody's very, very informed about Ricky's digestion.
not just that,
You're welcome, everyone.
everything. I mean,
Great.
so I'm okay. Actually, like I'm okay with my private life being out there, also because I'm like I am this way and I have nothing to hide. Whatever.
Okay, Lady Gaga.
Yeah, because there could only be 100 people in the room.
You almost got it. You almost got it.
That was it. There will be 100 people in the room, and only one will believe in you.
Yeah, but yeah,
What? You got the joke.
I got the joke. But it would have been, yeah.
I mean, I did too, but I don't know if the public.
Oh yeah, they wait. Yeah.
What?
Anyway,
Can we speak in full sentences?
how much of your... This is a full sentence for you, Mama. How much of your private life are you willing to spill in the podcast? What?
Nothing. You came for me and I loved it. Here's a full sentence for you.
Alrighty.
Sorry.
Excuse me. I'm joking.
Yeah, no, I think my life is an open book.
Really? Is that why you have close friends on Instagram?
What happens
What?
in your close friends on Instagram?
Oh, you're not in it?
No, I am, bitch. I'm asking for the public.
Tash is trying to break through the third wall.
Like,
wall.
I'm just trying here, you know? That's all. That's all.
I love
I'm just trying to include the people we're speaking to, you know?
Yeah. No, I was joking.
Okay,
I don't even
I'll try
know.
closer.
Sorry. You, Tash? What about you?
Yeah, I'm private. No, I'm like, yeah. I don't know. I haven't figured out how much I would like to disclose and how much I wouldn't. But I know in general, like even just before being on stage, I'm already a private person. So I'm like very selective as to who has access to me and stuff. So that's why maybe I'm a bit more laid back when it comes to like what I speak about in public and stuff like that.
But I must say that you become more present on social media, let's say. Which doesn't mean that it's your private life, but you know, you've been
Yeah.
more out there. So
A little bit.
Baby
But I'm
steps.
trying.
Like, there's a way to be private and you really notice that someone's being private, but then there's also a way to be private, but you can still see a person. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I find when you're on stage, when you're giving your little concerts when you're giving your concerts that, and you do your little, what is it? Sorry. I don't want to say little all the time. And you do your...
Why are you belittling this person?
And you do your, like, little...
You know what? It's
You
in
do
our
your bits.
vocabulary.
You do your bits in between. Is it called a bit? Yeah.
I guess.
Or like
Transitions.
3-word.
Like when I speak to
Yeah.
people.
And it doesn't feel like you're blocking.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
no.
no, I'm private, but I'm not closed off. Like
That-
yeah.
I'm open, I'm friendly, we can chat, we can do all of that. But like, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
Chat
Yeah.
and all of that.
But also something like I feel like, because I said like, oh, I have no problem with like our lives being out there, but I feel like sometimes that might not be the full of our lives.
The fool.
You know what I mean?
The what?
Because it's like people are like, oh, you disclose everything on social media, but I'm like, that's only like 2% of who I am. You know what I mean?
Get you.
But that's the only 2% you need.
Oh, oh.
I don't know why I'm in the middle of this war.
Well, the thing is, when you came with me, it's all with love. It's all with love. I understand Mama's humor.
Yeah.
It's a humor. You like him?
So while we're speaking of, well, it's not really outing, but like while we're speaking of outing,
Who are you trying to out?
this bitch right here's favorite song is I was just thinking of it because she was already humming something from Lion King. So also,
Oh my God, let's speak about the musical. But yeah, sorry, finish your sentence before.
I don't remember anymore.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. ADHD.
Last weekend we watched.
Michael of the Jackson.
Das Musical.
Was that
MJ?
not this week? No. Okay. Oh my God, time
Last
flies.
weekend.
Last weekend.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Period.
Or you don't have a 9-to-5 job to know when it's Monday. Freelance.
No job.
Yeah. MJ.
So that happened.
And then when we were there, I was like, oh my God, we know somebody who's... Okay, wait.
We want to start from the beginning.
Michael Jackson is being played here in Hamburg for our international listeners, because we do have some. And it's being played in an island across... It's not an island. It's being played at the other side of a river. And to get there, you need to take a boat. And on that not Island Island, where the musical is being played. They're being played 2 musicals: Michael Jackson, which was former Frozen, and since 2,000 years, The Lion King. So we watched Michael Jackson, and then since we know somebody in The Lion King, I was like, oh my God, let's stay on the island, which is not an island, and watch The Lion King because me and Tash love The Lion King.
We do.
Yes, that's the end of the story. Now, back to Michael Jackson.
And growth is not disclosing how I feel.
Oh. So, Michael Jackson.
Not about Michael Jackson, about Lion King. But yeah.
All right. There's herstory.
Oh, yeah.
Herstory.
Emotional damage.
Yup. Pretty much.
We're Baba.
Sing it.
Yeah.
I mean, you never know who's watching. Maybe like, we need her.
Look here, if you need me. Yeah. Anyway.
So, MJ,
Yeah,
what were your thoughts?
We were invited by Oxa, Brazilian trans artist who is playing MJ.
Oh, I wanted the claps.
Oh.
Sorry. And yeah. Thoughts?
What did you think?
Let's go through the whole thing. When we were going there and stuff, what were our expectations? What thoughts?
I didn't really have any expectations because I think like when it comes to stage entertainment, you know, they be doing a thing. You know, they I'm sorry, I'm very easily distracted. Anyway. I didn't have any expectations per se. Besides that, I kind of already thought it would be good because it's stage entertainment and there's a kind of like pressure, I guess, when it comes to at least for me as an artist, because I've had auditions with them, so I kind of like have an expectation as to what their quality of work would look like. Yeah, so that was my first thought. What was yours?
I had quite high expectations because I had seen it being so hyped up on social media, and I know a few people that were also in it or like that auditioned when it was coming. So like they would show me like the videos that they would have to learn and things. So I was like, oh, this looks pretty nice. And also because I've seen that when Oxa posts things, I was like, oh, this looks really good. I'm very excited to watch. So yeah, I was very excited to watch it.
Wait, so were you excited?
I was very excited. Like I said before, like excitement could not leave my body because, you know, when you're an excited person, that's what I mean. Like she pokes it and then I had to continue, you know. But yeah, what were your thoughts?
Well, I was stressed the fuck out because I thought we were going to be late.
Yeah, you were
Come
so
to find
late.
out.
You didn't even let me eat.
Yes. I was
Maybe.
like, no food. Because you know what happens when you eat? It's a process.
Period.
But no, because, you know, yeah, we were stressed because we were all on BIPOC time a little bit. And then, yeah, no thoughts for thinking. I was like, we need to get over there. What are we going to do if we're going to miss the boat to go to the non-island island? Yeah.
But was it an island?
It's not an island. It's a river.
Island.
But the process of going there, it brings a lot of memories because I come from privilege. So that's always nice.
And how are you connecting that to getting there?
The ferry.
Ah.
The ferry gives you the privilege feeling?
Yeah.
Oh,
I went.
It gave more like refugees trying to flee a country, but you know.
Wow. Perspectives.
That's what like that's
Yeah,
different
we were
countries,
like all
different perspectives.
racing to get on the boat to go over.
So that we would get a spot.
Yeah, and then we'd fight the people like elbow,
Like,
get me on the boat.
you know.
I hated it all, that process, because it just reminded me of, for my Zimbabwean listeners, it reminded me of Erenkini, you know, when everybody's just like packed up. That's what it felt like. But only it wasn't a bus, it was a boat. It wasn't a road, it was water. It wasn't Zimbabwe, it was Deutschland.
Erangini.
Erenkini.
Erangini.
And then it started, and I was very, very like hyped at the first number.
It wasn't. We watched the afternoon show,
Right.
the first show of the double show date, And it wasn't that full.
No, but the audience was good. A little bit. They were screaming a lot. They were like, "Ah."
It was you.
I feel like that was us.
that was.
And that's enough.
And that was it.
That was
Like,
enough. Because in my head, I was like, damn, this crowd is just realizing that it was the three of us. But
Just the three.
that's what happens when you're with the right people. And it's a bam. It felt like a whole concert.
I mean, I feel like everybody was kind of connected to it in a different way.
Yeah.
Like there was like a older couple sitting next to us, and the woman just kept like telling me all these anecdotes from the concert on the actual Michael Jackson and like how it was in Hanover when she saw him in Hanover. And I feel like everybody had like a different kind of hype for the show, which was also nice. You could kind of feel that in the audience, like the excitement of seeing or feeling some kind of Michael Jackson adjacent thing again. Don't forget to tap the screen.
Yeah.
He was international like that.
MJ.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, he was
Wow.
a
I forgot what was
world-class
actually the name of the
star.
tour.
Of who?
The tour
This is it?
Off
No, that was the
Wall?
movie.
Off the Wall.
Off the Wall.
I think so. I think it's from the Off the Wall tour. Googleable.
Google.
We need a person on the
Here,
other side
producer.
of the screen. Yeah.
ChatGPT?
Ah.
Hey.
Don't-
Hey.
Save the environment.
Hey, who uses that?
I have
So-
no idea.
Yeah. So the-
Ramon,
The
Why
our
is
producer.
the
We needed to provide jobs.
the
Ramon.
regalo?
So just the backstory of MJ, the musical, it's about creating a tour. And then through the creation and rehearsal process, Michael Jackson has flashbacks to the past.
His trauma.
The Trumps.
And we got to watch the premiere of a young Michael Jackson.
Baby Michael Jackson.
Oh my gosh, so cute. He was so good.
Just wanted to buy him. He was so cute.
Like I've never seen, I don't know what, 10, 11?
He looked very,
Younger.
very like
Maybe 8.
8. Yeah.
8-year-old boy doing the 1-2
Singing,
steps, the pot will raise.
He was singing that live as well. Like to come to think of that, like being an 8-year-old and how that must feel. Because I know, like as an adult, I still have moments where if I'm gonna sing a song, I'm like, I know certain notes where I'm like a bit iffy already, and I think of them while I'm singing the song, and I wonder how it is in an 8-year-old's mind when you're before you have your premiere for Michael Jackson, like what the pressure is like if you have any, or what thoughts he had.
Yeah, even the
Like
process of it, because Oxa said that he normally does the other kid.
Mm-hmm.
So like having to do that as first cast and then having to still work on young Michael, you know, it's like
Right.
the process of that.
Swapping the role as well.
Yeah, as like an 8-year-old be like, oh, I need to portray 2 different people.
An 8-year-old swinger.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Okay.
Wow.
Close the curtain.
Please do not cancel us. We are not responsible for the things said by this one.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. Like when I was 8,
We
I
are
wasn't-
working on it.
We are working on buying real curtains so that we can just shut it.
When I was my phone. When I was 8 years, what were you doing? When I was 8.
When you were 8,
When
what was
me-
I
no,
doing?
What were you doing?
Girl.
Oh gosh.
I think that's
Trying to get a spot on the boat.
Wow.
That was me.
I feel like this episode is just
okay. I think it's time for our sponsor.
Really?
It's been 20 minutes
Oh.
ish. 20 minutes ish, yeah.
Great. Stay.
Hi. Oh, didn't see you there. Hi, I'm Tash and I am the sponsor of this episode. Follow me on Tash Africa across all platforms.
Well, thank you to our sponsors.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Keep the money coming. We love you.
Keep it rolling.
So yeah, and then as the musical went on, MJ.
Yeah.
Right.
Should we score it?
Yeah.
Out of?
Oof, it's gonna be hard.
10.
It's gonna be difficult. Can we like maybe
Can we
have
Okay,
categories?
let's do
Yes,
categories.
yes, like
Categories.
sections. Categories.
Categories.
Okay, let's start.
Everybody does one category.
Oof, damn, no.
I would say, no, you're gonna do that, and you're gonna do that. I'll do costumes. Out of 10.
Wait,
10
let
the
me
best.
remember.
Costumes.
5.
Ooh. 5.
Like as a whole picture.
Yeah.
Like everything.
I don't know why I'm shooketh.
Actually, I was just
Yeah.
about to think the same. Like
It's 5, 6. It's 6.
this wasn't like a. Wait. There is something that we're forgetting though when it comes to costumes. Michael's actual costumes were fire. Like they were the exact replicas of.
Yeah, but that's what I
That's
mean. Like,
just
But
Michael's.
As a
yeah,
big
that's what I mean.
picture.
Like, as all in all, like I just wanted to make sure
like if you ask
that y'all
me,
Don't
know.
cancel her.
Who, me?
Yes, because you're like, disclaimer.
no, but like if we,
I mean,
go,
cancel me if you want. What am I, a TV? Am I a subscription? I don't need you.
if we go specifically, no, like okay, if you say the group, the ensemble costumes, or the main character, you know what I mean. So that, but like in the whole picture, for me was like a 5. Like nothing that I was like, damn, because
Okay.
it's also like things that existed, things that were like replica, like you said. So it's like we know
With a little
we
bit of
expected
H&M.
it. Yeah, like it's you know.
Like I didn't find the costumes like anything to write home about, but I did think that Michael's costumes
Yeah, they were fire.
really hot, mostly
Fire.
because they were like the exact make of his costumes
Yeah,
from
yeah.
all the tours, all the shiny jackets, and
The
all
shoulder pads.
shoulder pads,
The socks with the shoes.
look, the gold belts in the front, and all of that.
Yeah.
Like all of those iconic costumes were there again. That was nice to see, but like yeah.
Everything else, yeah.
And I
But
love
it's
that. Sorry.
But it's also like a real life story. So how far can you actually push the costumes?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That
Like,
part. That part.
Okay. Everybody else got a category.
Loved the music, but I mean,
That's
it's
what I
Michael
mean.
Jackson's music. Like, there isn't like, I can't be like, oh, hated it.
but we can think of like the way they transitioned, the way they made the thingy, you know, like.
So Oxa said it was 27 songs.
Was yeah, I mean, to be fair, it was very long. Like
3 hours.
you felt that
3 hours.
afterwards. You're like, okay, damn, I've been in the place for 3 hours. But music wise, the playlist, like the selection, the music that was curated was amazing. I don't see how they could have gone wrong anyway. The live band, top tier. What else?
The vocals.
The vocals, Oxa.
Excuse me.
I mean, I told you in person, but now I'm gonna tell the world, okay? With your permission, do I have it? 1, 2, 3. Okay,
Yes.
thanks. She really did an amazing job with her voice. I mean, I've heard her sing her own music, and I've also heard her sing in Michael, and the work that she did between these two, like to embody both and still like have elements of her own voice and elements of like the imitation or the impression of Michael was so good. She sang on key all the freaking time, and I would tell you if she didn't. And it was really amazing. Like I wrote like a whole long ass text basically still because of how good it was, and it made me want to sing again. Yeah.
No bars. Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying?
Yes. No
Yeah.
bars.
Okay, sorry. Just
Can we
speaking.
also point out the fact that besides the vocals with Oxa, like for me, like as the moment she came out of on stage, the way she embodied that energy, like Michael's energy, like I
The
was
little
like,
giggles.
this is. I felt like this is not Oxa. Like I'm watching.
Reincarnation.
Like it was very like wow. And then like from the moment that she would switch off to the Michael performer to the Michael with the mom, or like the intimacy, or like the father, like loved it. I was just
I
very
also
very
have to say,
amazed.
like directing wise, the how they had the flashbacks come in was really cool. I do think that it had a bit more like a better framework could have been used still, like a way of like making sure that this, because I feel like the people were playing two roles, right? Like you had the dad who was also playing the manager.
Yep.
I think. And I think it's a very easy way to switch in between the two. But I felt like a lot of the framework in terms of like the emotions and how he ends up turning into his father in a way on stage is beautiful. But I don't know if it's accessible all the time for other people who maybe don't look at art in the same lens. Yeah, and that's it.
Yeah. And also
So Sorry, are you gonna contribute to this thought, or are you opening a new one?
Like with the vocals. I want to point out also, correct me, her name Jessie.
Yes.
Like I was like her voice.
Jessie, you carried. She
like,
carried.
Yeah, and
Like, I think she was one of the only female singers as well.
I
in
think the only
cast.
one. I think the only
The
one.
only one.
Which
And
we
the others
talked.
were dancers, and they did do like some singing as well. The female dancers as well, but throughout she.
Oh no, she was not the only one. There was the reporter.
Oh, right. Yes. Sorry.
Sorry,
But
continue.
So she
Praise.
was the only one who sang, and like.
No.
No.
but she carried.
She carried no
And
crumbs.
I wanted more from her actually.
So much more.
Like I wanted her to be more. I don't want to say like like more. How do you say like
More
in the
music?
spotlight, like more in the
Yeah.
how do you say?
Yeah, she was definitely side character.
Yeah, and I feel like she was giving me such main character energy, and I wanted that. And even though she did, because even I feel like if she would have given her one of the backup dancers, she would have still had that energy because she is just naturally in her. And she was also somebody that I was like, I want to see more of her in other things. So yeah, for sure.
Yeah. She also played the mom, and then she played the backing vocal as well, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, and that was the thing with the framework where sometimes the coach or tour coach and the backing vocal are standing on stage with the main actor, and then they swap into a flashback where they become somebody else and all of that jazz.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just giving context.
Give me
to
your
all our
score,
followers.
judges.
Vocals and music.
Music and acting, I guess.
Okay.
I would say 11.
Oh.
Like I really enjoy. Like I was, like the songs are so known that you also like vibe with them, and so for me, like Oxa's voice was so perfect. The child, the way and it was not just the vocal, but like the emotion, the mix of that came with it. Because even Oxa was saying like it's really hard life he had, and to kind of dive into that. And I feel like they all did an amazing job portraying that with the songs and the music and the band, like this, like everything. To me, it was like top notch when it comes to the. I don't know. I'm not like a singer, like anything, but I was like I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too. And I think when it comes to the music, I can't rate Michael Jackson's music. I wouldn't know where to begin, honestly. But like when it comes to the musical itself, I would go on the technical side then instead. And I would be like, the one thing that I did feel was that like I don't know how much they could hear themselves on stage, because there was sometimes like a lot of timing issues. And I think it has to do with actually literally technical stuff. And that was the only thing that kind of like would make my score a 9.
But still a good one. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, let me not go lower, a 9. A 9.
Yeah.
And you?
Well, me as an emotionally stunted person, I
Period.
would definitely. I felt touched, so I think I'm around 9 or 10.
felt touched.
9 or 10.
I was also touched by a priest. Anyway, you know the joke.
I didn't know you wanted
You
to
know
talk about your
what?
uncle.
Oh, okay.
How did you know I had an uncle that was a priest?
Because he touched me too.
How?
Okay. Somebody call the police. Police. Yeah, I'm gonna do 9.5. Let's.
Period.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that moment when the kid sang "I'll Be There" with the mom.
And then Oxa came in.
That whole mom scene, I was crying.
There's a particular scene. Spoiler alert! In 3, 2, 1. Okay, so there's a scene where baby Michael is having like a fight with the dad, right? And then the mom comes in to comfort him, and they start singing "I'll Be There," and hearing that kid's voice in that moment when he's literally like, if you know the history that Michael Jackson has with the abusive family and all of that, and in that moment seeing him have a comfort from his family through music as well.
I love that right before that number started. I don't know if you knew that what was going to happen, but you literally handed us
Oh, because I was
handkerchiefs.
already
paper,
I could feel it.
tissues, and Pascal was like, "No."
Yeah,
I was
I'm
like,
okay.
nah, I don't need that. I'm like, yeah,
I was
you
like,
do.
"You will."
You do.
She was like, "No."
I heard also what the instrumental, like they played a little bit of it. I was like, yeah, if that song is coming,
And
there's no
I
way.
cried. You cried.
I cried.
And then I looked at Pascal and she's like,
She's like,
got a little pee-pee in the eye hole.
which is fine, you
A
know.
little moist eyeball.
we
Moist.
love you as you are.
Yes, period.
Look at her hands twitch. Look at her hands
She's
twitch.
like physical touch, physical touch,
physical touch.
alert,
Here's a
alert.
plant.
I love it.
Okay. Urbina, what's your topic category?
I don't know if I want to give a category.
Yes, you do. You want to talk about the dance.
You know exactly
Choreography.
what you want to talk about.
Let's be real.
Okay.
Because you had a lot to say.
Choreo.
Mara, she texted me 5 days later. I'm joking.
I was like, I'm still in a spiral. I'm not over TASH. How we do? Yeah, category is choreography. What do you have to say about that?
So you mentioned multiple times that it's Emmy.
Eminem,
I'm not sure if it was like Emmy or Grammy or both
probably Emmy.
or Saga. I think maybe like a Saga award even.
Okay, so the choreography
I'm
was
not sure.
awarded.
I'm not
Let's keep it there.
I think Emmy.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't keep track of the
Grammy.
award.
What was the name of our producer again?
R.
Right.
Rah,
Can you-
rah, oh, rah, rah.
Rama, Gaga.
So yeah, Ricardo mentioned multiple times that it's awarded choreography. Did we see that? Was that visibly?
Was the Emmy with us in the room?
I think the Emmy left the room as soon as we entered.
Oh.
Like, I think we also have to talk about the fact that it is a black story that's being told.
And okay, yes, continue.
No,
continue.
you wanted to
no.
Okay. It's a black story being told once again from an institution that is not necessarily inclusive, but in specifically this production, we know that the choreographer is not white, is not black, is not a person of color at all, and not a dancer of black dance, hippity hops, black dance cultures, as we say here in Hamburg. Therefore, I will just skip right to it and give this choreography a 4 out of 4.
That high? I'm joking. I'm joking.
And that's all I'm gonna say.
It's a joke.
Tash, as an upcoming choreographer, what do
As
you
an
have to say?
upcoming
Producer, creative mover. Let the silence speak also.
Yeah, I was not impressed. Like, I think that's the most. I don't know what number I can give my not being impressedness, because I know that it's also like from my own taste. But I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. Don't know what accent that is.
At least it's not Indian.
Why you say that?
Why would you say that?
Why would you say that?
That's an odd thing to say. Yeah. So I think I'll just give it to somebody else who can give it a number, because I don't have a number for it at all. I wanted rage I wanted crumping. I wanted to see like, and
Don't give
when
ideas.
I say crump, I know it sounds crazy, but like when you're hearing the song, oh, man, say that they don't really care about. Imagine what? I wanted to see that. Didn't see that.
All right, Ricky. I'm
Ricky.
giving you 5 minutes.
Okay, so no, I'm gonna be very short just because
I don't want to take away your words.
I'm still in the institutional world, and she wants to book jobs. Honestly, I don't care.
We do care.
Okay, we do care. So when first of all, little context, when I heard that the musical was coming, I was very excited because I had also worked with this choreographer. That's a lie. I did not work with him because he just came in like 2 days before the premiere and didn't really have much contact directly with us. It was just like general corrections. So like we had more contact with the people that he sent. But, and I liked what we did of him. So I was very excited to see what he would do with this production, although I knew he's white, it's a black story, but then people would be like, oh, but it's not a story about Michael's life, it's just about specific tour, blah blah blah. So I was like, you know what, maybe they're right, maybe I wouldn't jump into conclusion and think. But then thinking and seeing, and my German is not the best, so of course I did not catch most of the things, but what I got was that it was pretty much about the process of him, his story, like his childhood, like what he went through, that led up to that specific tour.
I totally forgot that you didn't necessarily get all of the
but it's
talking
fine.
words.
Yeah.
It's fine. So, so to me, it's okay. But to me, it still felt like big parts of his life were shown that led to that tour. And then I was seeing on social media that he was so hyped up and the choreography was winning awards and all that. So I was like, this is then must be revolutionary, like this must be something that as a brown person, black, whatever, we should then applaud if it is how I'm seeing in the reviews. So that's why I went with like such high expectations, because I was like, I've seen that it's about.com, and I had also seen like black artists that had, so I was like, okay, let me see what I'm getting into. The choreography did not, for me, and like you said, it's taste. It did not give me what I needed when I think of Michael Jackson and his life and his struggles and the rage of a black person wanting to create in his own perspective without having somebody or like an industry telling him what to do. Like, to me, that did not show. The choreography, especially when specifically, if I point out, they don't really care about us. To me, that's a song that is a very, 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 very political, strong, black voice anywhere in the world. To me, I wanted that to feel, like you said, the rage. Like I wanted, and not necessarily rage if you want, but I wanted the emotion that... Like, if it wasn't for Oxa in that scene, I would have been like, I was bored. I am bored to death, especially because I know the struggles of black and brown people in an industry that always fails to see us. Period. So I was like, I'm here, first of all, because I come to see a trans woman embody Michael Jackson. A queer body embody that. So to me already, I was like, that is something that I want to see. And the struggle, and I don't want to speak on behalf of Oxa, so forgive me, but I don't know what she went through or like her process to get to where she is. But on the stage, it showed. For me, I was like, this is why I do what I do. This is why I'm fighting. This is why I want to keep my voice high. This is why I don't want to give up. This is why I want to still, be in the game and keep my finger down. So when I saw nothing of this in the choreography, I was like, why are we disregarding the fact that it's 2025 and we're still letting white cis choreographers tell our stories? And you can say, well, Michael wasn't queer. Okay, I give you that. I give you that, but still he was a man of color that went through some struggles that a white person will never understand. So why, to portray this story, we have to bring in an institutional white choreographer? And most people are going to come for me and cancel me and do whatever you want. Like, honestly, at this point of my career, I resonate more with my values and my morals and to do the right thing.
Hey, bitch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, somebody put on the pants.
No, because, it is... And like now, I've been seeing more now in the freelance world. Like I'm just starting, but I just see the bullshit, and like it's tiring to do all these roles. And I do them happily, and because I'm an artist and I want to embody energies and that. But when they just keep calling me by the characters' names, or they just disregard who I am as a person, that's when it gets me. And that's why I'm like, why am I still letting this happen? Well, because I want to make it. But then, seeing Michael Jackson, I'm like, why are we still letting this happen? Like, I'm so sorry. So the choreographer, for me, it did not give what it had to give. And yeah.
What number are you?
Sorry, I had
After
a lot of
all of
emotions
that,
bottled
I mean, I
up.
loved it. I loved it.
I had a lot of
Look, it was
emotions.
needed.
It was preached.
So overall choreography, I would give it a 2.
I thought you were gonna do 2 or 3.
But just because I wanted to give a score, other than that, it would have been like
okay.
Okie
Alrighty then.
no,
I mean,
you like, and that's what I'm like.
Yeah,
it's,
yeah.
you know.
No,
Yeah.
we're with you.
Yeah, yeah.
We're with you.
So
We're on the same page.
We get the frustration too.
So
It's
I'm
the
like,
same.
you know, it's like, why?
But like, it's also this is weird, and I know like it's starting to sound like I'm the disclaimer one here, but like
It's usually me, so it's nice to give that to you. Sorry. Your disclaimer.
yeah, I just think like I want to be able to not care who's making the art, right? I want to be able to trust that even if it is a white person handling a black story or a person of color story, I want to be able to get to that place. And I know we can't get to that place without actively working together, right? But I also want there to still be room for the frustration, even in the working together process, because I think that's the only organic way to get to that dream and to get to a space where even if you are white, that it doesn't become the thing that makes you get the job, but your talent become the thing that makes you get the job and not your skin color. And the same accord for us, right? Because like in a lot of times we end up getting into like same thing with the diversity jobs, right? It's a good thing and then sometimes it's a bad thing because you end up getting hired because you are black but not hired because you have the talent, right? For whatever job you're in. And I feel like it's a double standard on both sides, and I just want for us to get to the part where, and I don't know how long it takes, but I just want us to get to the part where we don't have to care about the color of the skin because we can like rest in the capacity of your talent, in just that.
Yeah, that's why I was very happy to go there, and like that's why I had such high expectations, because I was like, I've seen brown and black artists, singers, dancers, you know.
It's freaking Michael Jackson.
But then I'm like, why? Who paid these people to say this?
Yeah.
So
But
like,
it's also they are the ones who have the money to make these pieces work, right? So that's also the flip side of it, that it's like as much as we can always go up and down about how whose hands are the wrong hands that are holding the thing, but who has the money to create, right? And who has the accessibility to those areas or the island that isn't an island? How do you get there if you're not part of stage entertainment? Sorry for calling you out by your name, but that's who you are, right? Stage entertainment.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's been a very interesting up and down.
So, how much do you keep private? Just full on rant. I'm a private person.
No, that wasn't a rant.
No, it wasn't.
No, it was
What?
very.
It was just a
That
conversation.
was just conversation.
It was your opinion, just like critics write about.
Also, that's another thing. In Germany, I don't see many critics of color.
No, they're all white.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting for me because, like, in some pieces, I've seen some, like the piece at today is just the controversial day. Nina Simone, the white Nina Simone.
Oh, yeah.
Aye.
It was the critiques were also white, and so they didn't find an issue with
They
the
probably
white
loved
Nina
it.
Simone, right?
They probably loved
They
it.
wrote things like, "Oh, we finally understand the struggle," or something like that. And so like at some point you're like, hey, maybe we do need people of color to start getting involved in these jobs too. So if you are out there and you're an artist and you don't know what exactly you want to do with your art, consider criticizing people, judging for a living. Not playing,
Consider-
but like consider it. It could
Listening
be
and judging.
it could be a channel for you.
But maybe there is another room for
Journalists.
that are POCs. No?
I didn't get the question.
I didn't get, yeah?
So like you said, like brown people should also write critiques and all.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe that field is not open yet to have such thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's why we need to do it
Ah, yeah,
ourselves
yeah.
anyway, because
yeah.
the field has existed for the longest of time. Like journalists exist since I don't know when.
Yeah.
But, like people who then go and be like here in Germany. I don't know any, but if you are there, sorry for erasing you. Yeah, I am the disclaimer girl. Look at me apologizing to a person who probably isn't on the other side of that screen right now.
Or maybe not, which is also fine. If you're not on the other side of the screen.
All I want to say is that
They don't really care about
us. Yeah. So I think that's a wrap.
Very awkward, but yeah.
No?
I mean, the thing is, like, why do we have to feel so uncomfortable about actually voicing our values and our opinions?
You know why.
Yeah, but like, why? And then they come like, I see you. I'm like, you don't see me, bitch. Get the fuck out of my face. What? That was a rant.
They haven't even said anything yet.
Okay.
The episode's not out yet.
I know. No, but experiences, past traumas.
I know. I get that. Well,
Yeah, and that seemed like a good point to wrap. Before Shake is...
because it's about to be a trauma bond.
Yeah.
So let's switch it off so we can trauma bond privately.
So how do you feel being a celeb?
Behind the scenes. What? It's
Your
over.
celeb status. Oh.
Ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh. I become an owl when you ask such questions. Who? Okay, bye.
I'm Mama Brownie.
I'm Baby Brownie.
I'm Daddy Brownie.
And you are listening or watching
Unfiltered.
And
Undiagnosed.
oh,
Kisses from afar.
Damn, that was actually really good improvised, the XO's work. Finally, we got it.
it was good enough.
Oh my god, you know what we always forget? To do a little call of action. Don't forget to like,
Share.
Don't forget to subscribe, yo. Subscribe, yo. Don't forget to subscribe, yo. Okay,
oh my
let's cut
god,
it. Let's
stop.